Are you ready to get healthier and shed a few pounds? In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 simple tips to help you begin your weight loss journey and crush those weight loss goals without actually dieting. Hey there, welcome to my channel, Run with Angela. I'm super excited that you stopped by here today. If this is your first time here, I'm Angela, and this is a channel all about running. I had to share this with you because I know that most of you who enjoy running also hope that your weight goals are going to be met, because your nutrition being aligned has everything to do with how great of a runner you can become. So I just want to tell you, make sure that you stick around to the end because I have some bonus tips for managing what you eat. Okay, without further delay, let's get right into it. The number one no diet weight loss tip is your brain. You guys, you gotta get your head in the game. That's number one. You can't do anything else if your brain isn't there. It's all about your why. Why do you want to lose weight? What's your reason? Is it just to look better? Is it just to feel better? To simply be healthier? Possibly to wear a size smaller? Maybe there's a special event coming up, a wedding or something like that, and you really want to fit in a size smaller, or you want to fit in a few sizes smaller. But what is your why? Why are you starting this weight loss journey? Once you've got that figured out, you need to get a white knuckle grip on it and don't let go until you accomplish that goal. So once you've got that goal figured out and you've got a white knuckle grip on it, now you have to be determined to keep yourself on track. So here's one of the things that I recommend to help yourself keep that white knuckle grip and stay determined and keep your head in the game. Find some quotes that really speak to you, that really get through to you. Later, I'm going to talk about some of those. I'll mention some. I'll put some down in the description box. I personally don't have an exercise room, but if you do, you want to post quotes all over that room to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing and why you need to not give up. But I have a Pinterest board, so I go on, I post things on my Pinterest when I know that it's time for a run in the morning and I don't feel like it because maybe it's a little cold, maybe it's a little rainy. I go onto that Pinterest board and I look on there, reminding myself that I am a runner and runners run. They don't stay in bed. I'll take little post-it notes or even just print out some memes and quotes, post them around my room, on my mirror, maybe in my car, on my door when I'm going to go outside, on the refrigerator. I mean, wallpaper the whole entire refrigerator with quotes. Here are 3 of my favorite quotes that really help to keep me on track. If you think wellness is expensive, try illness. Eating well is a form of self-respect. Health is not valued until sickness comes. My number 2 no diet weight loss tip is goals. You've got to have goals. So what is your goal? Do you have a goal size? Do you have a goal weight? For me, I did have a goal weight, and I also had the goal of getting better blood work results at the doctor. I've had high cholesterol. My LDL levels have been terrible. The bad cholesterol is too high. The good cholesterol is too low. My triglycerides have been through the roof. My triglycerides are still a little high. They're down from what they were. But I had a goal to lower my LDL and get it in a healthy range. I am proud to report that I finally did accomplish that goal. Without medicine, though, that's the thing. I accomplished those goals. I lowered my bad cholesterol. I lowered my triglycerides. I lowered that stuff with no medication. I lowered it by living a healthy lifestyle of eating healthy and exercising. If I can do it, so can you. So once you have your head in the game, you know what your why is. Number 2, you need to get your goals figured out. Once you have those goals figured out, again, that white knuckle grip of determination, don't give up. If you really don't know what a healthy weight is for you, then you can just weigh yourself at home, download a BMI calculator app, and figure it out on your own. You could go to the doctor, and the doctor could help you also, just to figure out what a good healthy weight is for you. Here comes number 3. So the question is how? How are you going to accomplish these weight loss goals that you have? Now that you've got your head in the game, you've got some goals, it's time to put this plan into action. Are you going to simply manage your eating, or are you going to add exercise to the mix? To lose weight strictly by diet, you are going to have to lower your caloric intake. And so you're going to have to either track your calories, keep a food journal and keep track of how many calories you're taking in. There's so many things out there. You need to do a little bit of research, figure out what is going to work best for you as far as food. You could just simply lower your portion sizes, eat a little bit healthier. Honestly, something that works very well is food prepping. It saves money and it saves time at the grocery store because you're not just milling around the aisles seeing what sounds good. You actually have a plan. So you've got to get a plan with your food. What are you going to do? If health is your goal, then you're definitely going to want to add exercise to the mix. So you've got to have an answer to the what. What are you going to do concerning your food and concerning exercise? So you've already got your head in the game. You've got some goals, and now you've got to figure out how you're going to accomplish those goals. That takes us to our next one. Number 4, you guys, is exercise. Exercise is so good for your health, especially if you have a very sedentary job, especially if you come home from work and then you sit even more. You need to get moving. Moving keeps you healthy and it keeps you young. Did you hear that? It keeps you young. For me to lower my cholesterol, my triglycerides, all of those things, exercise, some cardio was definitely necessary for me. I've had to learn to add it little by little by little by little, one little tiny step at a time. I didn't just go all crazy on it, hippopotamus crazy, hippo crazy. I didn't go all crazy on it. I took it one little step at a time. So my advice to you is, if your experience in the past with exercising, just go hippo crazy and jump on into it with your diet and with your exercise. Or if you've got a white knuckle grip, you know that your head is in the game, just go hippo crazy and tear into it. However, if you are a beginner, I recommend that you take it easy, because what happens is, you're on this weight loss journey, you're implementing diet rules that you have for yourself, and then all of a sudden here you are going hippo crazy, working out like mad. Hippo crazy. Do hippos even go crazy? Maybe you should search that up. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. You're going to be sore by the end of the first week, and you're going to be tired probably, because usually your first week of exercise you don't feel energized, and then you're going to be more privy to just giving up and quitting because you don't really feel that great. And then you know what? Then you're going to be hippo tired. No, you guys, seriously, I searched this up. Hippos can get so crazy, they can bite an alligator straight in half. I mean, haven't you ever seen or heard of how crazy a hungry hippo can get? Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about, a hungry hippo. You don't want to work out so hard that you are hungry as a hippo, that's for sure. You can be tired as a hippo and work out crazy like a hippo, but don't get hungry like a hippo. That would be no good. So even if you're only tackling one bad habit at a time, still make sure you have a white knuckle grip and go hippo crazy on it. Did you know that 1 hour of exercise a day is only 4% of your day? So there's really no excuse. It's just a decision that you have to make. I care about myself enough. I care about my health. I'm going to do this. You need to figure out what type of exercise you enjoy. Do you enjoy walking outside? Perhaps you could take up running. That would be awesome, because then you could come on this channel and get some tips. There are walking videos. Something that I do at night, most people sit in their living room and watch TV before bed. What's preventing you from walking in place for a half an hour while you're watching the movie? You could use that time to put a little bit of focus on yourself. Number 5, no diet weight loss tip is incorporate healthy foods into your diet. Instead of going into the cabinets, going into the fridge, getting rid of all of this food that's not healthy for you, or really what's most likely to happen is let's hurry up and eat all the bad food before the diet starts on Monday. Instead of doing that, leave that food. But with every meal, add some fruits and vegetables. Add those healthy foods. Eventually, you can start phasing out some of that stuff. Some of the stuff that that's not good for you. But putting it on the grocery list. Stop buying it. But right now, start with some healthy foods. Another thing that you can do, never ever take your first bite of food without taking a couple sips of water first. Because if you start your meal out with drinking water, it's going to help you be a little less hungry when you do eat, and it will help you to manage your portion sizes. So I mentioned this earlier, to stick around until the end for some tips. Well, you're going to want to hear these lowering your portion size tips that I have for you, because they have been a game changer for me. Number 6, no diet weight loss tip, you guys. Drinks. You have to watch your drinks. So many times we are consuming thousands of calories. I said not hundreds, thousands of calories we're consuming in these drinks that we think we need to have. If you learn to drink water, and more water, you can develop an appreciation and an enjoyment for water. What you don't realize is that a lot of these other drinks are not truly hydrating you. And your body is actually living in a constant state of dehydration. Therefore, your immune system, your digestive system does not operate properly because you're in a constant state of dehydration, all because you're not drinking enough water. Those sport drinks, those are great. Maybe they have their place in your life. But you guys, just strictly drinking those drinks, it is not healthy for you, and it is not helping your weight loss plan. So I challenge you, just for a day or two, track every single thing you drink, and then go back and add up all the calories. I promise you, you're going to be surprised at how many calories are in your drinks. So if you could eliminate one drink per day for a week, the next week comes along, eliminate another drink out of your day. Pick 1 or 2 things that you allow yourself to drink, and the rest of the day, drink only water. Your optimal results are going to come if you can get yourself to strictly drink water. Save those calories for your food. And that's the next thing I want to talk to you about, is your portion sizes. You guys, this is huge. My doctor told me over a decade ago to stop eating like a typical American, because you guys, we have an epidemic of obesity in this country, and a lot of it is because supersize this, supersize that, get all this food for your money. You guys, we don't need to eat all that food. You would be surprised at what your body actually needs to survive, and it isn't 4 plates full of food at every dinner. Okay, maybe you don't eat 4 plates of food, but I'm just saying, we don't need all the food that society and advertisements make us think that we need. But it's really, again, it's all right here, right in your head. I recommend that you check the labels, read how many calories are in your favorite drinks, and then eliminate those drinks that have the most amount of calories. If you are going to keep your favorite drink that is extremely high in calories, then you need to take that into account with your food. Why is calorie intake so important? Because to lose weight, you have to lower your caloric intake. Okay, you guys, I said that I had some bonus tips at the end, so here we are. These are actually bonus tips for lowering your portion sizes. First of all, need to know what your portion size is. So learn to read labels on your food. For example, if you take a loaf of bread, turn it over on the back and read the label on the back and see what does it say right at the very top. It'll usually tell you how many calories are in a serving. What is a serving? On a loaf of bread, you're going to find that one slice of bread is a serving of bread. So, in other words, when you sit down to eat, instead of a sandwich that has 2 pieces of bread, you're going to learn to have a sandwich either cut in half, save the rest for later, or you're going to have an open face sandwich on 1 piece of bread, because that's what a serving size is. 1 piece of bread. For ice cream, I believe the typical serving size for ice cream is 1 cup, or it's about the size of 2 golf balls. So that's the amount of ice cream that you have. So you're allowed to have ice cream, just have a small amount. If you apply this to all of the foods that you eat for every meal that you eat, it is going to make a huge difference. If you feel like applying this to every meal with everything you eat is too much, again, take it slow. Do it 1 meal at a time, 1 day at a time. But you guys, if you start lowering your portion sizes, you're going to watch your weight slowly slide down the scale. And I'm telling you, it feels so amazing when you start seeing that scale change, or you start feeling the difference in your clothes. You start seeing where your clothes, they're sliding off of your shoulder, and you know it's you've got all this room down here, and it's such a great feeling. It is so worth it. So when you're actually sitting down to eat your food, here's a great example for an ice cream portion. So let's say that this is a normal size bowl for you, a bowl of ice cream. Well, 2 golf ball size ice cream scoops in there are going to look pretty lame. Your brain is going to tell you that's not enough ice cream. However, if you put 2 small scoops in a bowl like this, it's going to look like the bowl is more full. And you could even get smaller bowls than this one. Another thing that I like to do when I sit down to eat dinner, instead of using a normal sized dinner plate such as this, I will opt for a smaller size such as this. This is literally my typical size dinner plate. I do that on purpose because when you put small portions on this plate, you feel like your plate is full. When you put small portions on here, your plate looks empty and your brain says, that's not enough food for me. So a lot of it is just kind of tricking your brain. You can search it up on the internet to find all different kinds of portion sizes and what they should be with different foods. However, a great way to measure your portion size of meat is it should be about the size of a deck of cards. You can see the size here. That's about the size of meat that you need. Now, if you are used to eating 4 times that size of meat, then cut your normal portion size in half and start from there. So what I did to actually lower my portion size, I cut my food in half. Every time I go out to eat, I eat half of my food and I take the rest of it home. I am definitely the type of person that loves having leftovers, so that actually works out really great for me. Something else that you can do if you are having lunch or dinner with a friend, perhaps they would be interested in splitting a meal with you. That's kind of fun, actually. The very last, but certainly not the least, this is probably the number one thing that always helps me. This is the golden tip that I have for you, is to pray and ask God to help you. because you guys, you might not think that God cares about what you're eating. You might feel like it doesn't matter to Him, your health and what you eat, but it does. It matters to Him so much. And when you involve God in this part of your life, He will give you the strength and He will help you. It's kind of funny, but I remember early on in my weight loss journey, in my health journey, my health and fitness journey, I actually prayed and I was like, God, you see all the foods that I love, carbs, bread, pasta, carbs and more carbs, and sugar and salty. And two of my doctors have told me I need to eat a lot of greens, and there's really not that many greens that I enjoy. So God, I need you to help me to start liking broccoli, kale, and the healthier foods. God has been my strength. So, prayer, involve God in your fitness journey. That's my last tip. Well, I hope these tips have helped you as much as they've helped me. Get your head in the game, get some goals, get a plan, incorporate some exercise, add some healthy foods, watch your drinks, lower your portion sizes, and pray, and pray some more. Please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video, make some comments below, share some tips that you have. I just want to thank you so much for watching. I'm cheering for you. You can do it.